Hello lettering friend, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights. In this video, I am going to share 5 hand lettering secrets to improve your lettering right now. If you don't know anything about lettering, you may want to check out my other video, 5 lettering tips I wish I knew as a beginner. I will link to that below. If you are ready to hear some secrets, this video is for you. And before I start, I have a secret that I've been holding on to for basically all of 2020. What a crazy year. I'm going to share my secret with you after these 5 secrets. Let's do this. Secret number 1. Learn to let the pen do the work. Holding the brush pen correctly can actually help the pen do most of the work for you. Your brush pen can help you instead of making it harder. I'm not talking about the way you wrap your fingers around the pen. With that, you've got to find what's most comfortable to you. Especially for lefties, you need to find what works for you. Side note, I do have a lefties video where I had several lefty letterers give me tips and advice. If you're a lefty, that might be helpful. I will link to it below. With holding a brush pen, I'm talking about the relation of your pen to the paper. I don't think it's a secret that you can't get good downstrokes if your pen is straight up and down. So your pen should be angled to the paper, but that's not the secret. The secret is the angle of your pen to the downstrokes. It should be perpendicular to the downstrokes. Let me show you what I mean. So if I hold my pen at a different angle, the pen naturally will drag and I will have a saggy bottom. And you don't want that. You will be working much harder than you need to because you'll be working against your pen. Let the pen do the work. I have a whole section about that in my online course with even more detail and more detail in the secret that I am going to tell you about at the end of this video. Don't worry, it's coming. Secret number 2. You don't have to be good at lettering to love it. In fact, you won't be good at lettering right when you start. We all have to start as beginners, all of us. We can't get around it. You can love your lettering wherever you are. But here's the question. Do you ever feel like you have to be so good at lettering before you love it? Like one day when you're as good as that certain person, that's when you're gonna love it. When you do that, actually what ends up happening is that one day you do get better, but then you see someone else that's still better than you and there's no end to the cycle. The way you love your lettering is not by being the best letterer out there. The way to love your lettering is to stop comparing yourself to others. It's not that easy though, right? One thing that helps to not compare is to focus on your unique strengths. What is your story that brought you to lettering? Why do you letter? All of that is unique to you and makes your lettering absolutely perfect for you. When I started, I loved it so much, and I definitely wasn't good at it, but I wasn't looking at what anyone else was doing. You don't have to be good at lettering to love it. You just have to change your mindset. Secret number 3. You don't have to practice anything that you don't want to. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Instead of dreading practice, try practicing what lights you up. For example, with the basic strokes, you should definitely know them because if you're struggling with certain letters, it might be helpful to go back to the basic strokes to figure out why it's a struggle. Letters are just basic strokes that you connect, right? So of course we should know them. But if you are dreading practicing because you are so tired of the basic strokes, then don't do it. If it's not making you happy, don't practice it. You are more likely to practice if you are lettering something that's making you happy. And the more you practice, the better you will get, and the easier it will be to practice in the future. Sometimes I will sit down and letter whatever I wish someone would say to me at the time, and it ends up being very therapeutic because I'm practicing lettering exactly what I need to hear. Next time you don't feel like practicing, just remember that you don't have to practice anything that you don't want to. Secret number 4. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. There are so many fancy pens and tools that can be pretty expensive, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to cost a lot. It can if you want. I've definitely accumulated a pretty big pen collection over the years and invested a lot of money in pens, in courses, and trainings. But when I was just starting, I really didn't have a budget to spend on anything extra. I used a regular pen to learn folk calligraphy, and then I started using Crayola markers, and that's all I did for several months before even buying an actual brush pen. There are so many free resources out there, including everything I teach on my YouTube channel, so you really wouldn't have to spend anything. Maybe in the future you'll be at a place that you can spend a little bit more, and you might find that very helpful. Just remember, you don't need to buy the most expensive pen or use the most popular pen. You can start lettering with literally any writing utensil. I don't think folk calligraphy is a secret, but if you haven't heard of that, maybe it's a secret to you. Definitely check out my folk calligraphy tutorial video. I will link that below. Secret number 5, don't listen to anyone else. Maybe you can listen to me, I don't know. But basically, what I mean by this is that hand lettering is an art form, and like all art, the rules were made to be broken. I believe that hand lettering is a way to express yourself for all the uniqueness that you are. That means something may work differently for you than it does for someone else. Your letters don't need to look exactly like someone else's letters. If you discovered a secret that works for you and someone else said it's wrong, well, they don't get to tell you that you're wrong. The best part of hand lettering is that it's done by hand. Your hand. I know that's kind of cheesy, but really, and that's going to be unlike anyone else. Creating can be vulnerable because of that, but also so good that you get to decide for yourself if it's going to work for you or not. All right, that's it. Those are my 5 secrets. What do you think? Do you agree? I would love to hear what secrets you learned that improved your lettering. Now I'm going to share my secret. If you've seen my Instagram, you already know what the secret is. You're probably like, get on with it already. I can't believe I'm about to share the secret with you. Because then it's not a secret anymore. Then you know. You ready? So in January, a publisher reached out to me and asked if I wanted to write a book. And he said he wanted it to be called Handlettering for Beginners, and he wanted it to be really colorful. And I was like, I think we could make that work. So that's what happened. That's a secret. Now you know. So it's called Handlettering for Beginners. It's going to be spiral bound. It is coming out on February 2nd. You can pre-order it now. It's full of worksheets. It has projects. It's full of color. It's basically like, if you've learned anything from me, this is kind of like the culmination of everything. And I've been asked for a physical book a lot. Before this year, I was like, oh, it's just, I've done that before. It's too hard for me to do it on my own. You know, it's just a lot of work. And then now, this whole year, whenever anybody would ask me, I was like, I can't tell you yet, but you're gonna be happy in a little bit. I just cannot wait to share this book with you. I created the entire thing thinking about you. I will definitely share more with you as it gets closer, as I have more to share. I don't even have a copy of the book myself yet, so it for sure is still pretty early. If you like anything that I do, I think you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for watching this video and subscribing to my channel. I just want to remind you, the way you create right now is exactly where you need to be. I will see you next time.